ladies and gents, it's Zem back again with the P-39 N-1 Air Cobra. So, I did a video a couple months ago about this. They were giving away these planes. Now they have this plane for sale in the premium shop. Yeah, Tier 6 badass. I've already did the historical Air Cobra. Well, we're just going to do a little quick one here on this one. Used extensively during World War II. Mostly by the Russians. The Russians really appreciated this aircraft. It was not really taken a liking to by the American Air Force, probably because it suffered from engine problems and high altitudes, so it was really more of a low altitude fighter plane. The Russians loved it because of that. It was a very rugged aircraft. It had a massive 37 millimeter cannon in the front. If they could have, I'm sure the Russians would have gotten a bigger one in front of that propeller. But it was an unusual aircraft in the fact that it was the first one to ever have tricycle landing gear, as you can see. It was also unusual with the layout where the engine was placed behind the cockpit, with the shaft running up to the front to turn the propeller, which left plenty of room for that massive 37 millimeter. Built and used all during World War II, used, like I said, mostly by the Russians. The Russians really appreciated this aircraft. You guys can, if you really want to watch the actual history of it, go back to some of the earlier videos that I talked about the Air Cobra, and you can really get the whole history of this aircraft. The P-30N-1 is an oddball, 900 of them built. This was an attempt by Bell to lighten the airframe by reducing armor and, of course, fuel. The sheer staggering number of variants of the P-39 go all the way down to the Q model. This is kind of like the Shermans in World of Tanks. There's a ton of them. You have the American, you have the Russian, and there's several different versions of this aircraft in this game. A lot of people do enjoy it because of its maneuverability and that massive 37 millimeter cannon. What do we have with the P-39N1? Well, this thing is a fucking beast. This is a 2 thumbs up aircraft. There is nothing like it when it comes to just sheer firepower at Tier 6, in my opinion. This, especially with the gun armament. The planes have cannons and all that stuff, but you get this massive 37 millimeter boomstick, and then you throw in, and this is what really makes this airplane interesting. You get one 37 millimeter hub mounted, then you get two 50s, because why not, right? But then, that's just not enough. We're going to throw in 4 7.62s. So yeah, even if you don't hit with the 37, you still have 6 machine guns going to town on whatever you're shooting at. I mean, granted, it's not having like 6 50s, but you still get 2 50s and 4 7.62s. And then occasionally when the 37 decides to hit something, yeah, this thing just eats enemy aircraft. Not a high altitude fighter. Below 1,500 feet, you're going to pretty much own everything you run into. Can't outturn a Zero, can't outturn a Spitfire. But if you do get anywhere relatively close to them and you can get your guns on them, they don't last very long with this massive amount of firepower. Great GA killer. With that 37, you can take off big numbers. Point defense fighter, not terribly fast. And like I said, not terribly great altitude performance. So yeah, you stick down below that 1,500 meters and you can just wreck everything you pretty much run into. And as you'll see in the 2 videos I'm talking about, this thing is... it really likes the center objective buffet. It just eats planes over and over and over again. So, like I said, 2 thumbs up on this plane. This is well worth the money if you're interested in a Tier 6 premium plane for the American line. It doesn't get much better than this. I'm not going to lie. It's one of my favorite planes. It might be my most favorite plane to play so far at Tier 6, except for maybe, of course, the DB605. But this thing, if you want, like I said, a low altitude, somewhat turn and burn with some massive amount of firepower, this is your machine. Usually run the fire extinguisher, fire aid kit, and pneumatic restarter. I'm running, of course, aerobatics expert and aerodynamics expert, just to get this thing a little bit more turny. Turny, that's not even a word. Lightweight airframe, and of course, control surface adjustment too, and the improved reflector sight to try to get that 37. I'm probably going to start working more on the, say for example, Marksman and Marksman 2 when I start getting this pilot up a little bit further. But yeah, for the most part, it's just a really good aircraft at Tier 6. Really good light fighter with that crazy amount of armament and machine guns. You throw a little universal into your 7.62s, you're going to, even if you don't get a good turn on, say a Spitfire or a Zero, you pump enough of those machine gun shells in there, you're going to do lots of damage, a lot of critical damage and fires and whatnot, and then you kind of bring them into your realm of maneuverability. So with that said, I got a couple games for you guys to check out this monster. If you're going to look for, like I said, if you're looking for a great little fun plane to play, buy it. It is well worth the cash. It will bring back, it will make silver for you left and right. In fact, I think I have, is it this one? Yeah, no, which one is it? That's my Meteor 1, nope, let's see if I can find it here. I think this is the one. That's a P-31N game, yeah, so right around 9,400 combat score, 165,000 credits, no problem. I know I have another one here somewhere. Alright, I thought I did. Was this the one? Or was this the Meteor one? No, that was the Meteor game. But yeah, it just prints money. There's just no way around it. This thing does everything really well. There is no denying that as at least for cost-wise, what you're paying for it and the amount of silver that you're going to make off of it is ridiculous. It does so many things so well. Here's the last one I had, I guess, or one of them I had, 14,885 combat score, 212,000 silver. So yeah, little monster machine. So I'm going to bring up the games for you guys, check out this airplane, and see what it can do. Alright, back with the second game in the P-39 N-1, and it's the center buffet. Oh, I can see some snow crab legs, maybe a little Szechuan. There we go. In fact, this is an older game. I'm still in feed in this one. But that's alright. It just is going to give you an idea what this thing can do. So pull back around. We already went to the center. We're going to try to hold it, take it, own it, whatever you want to call. And I think the really big reason why this thing is so nasty is because of its firepower. It allows you to get on planes quickly and finish planes quickly. You're not flying behind a plane for long periods of time to let other planes get in on your tail. So you're just, you're mowing through targets quickly, and it's letting you have a chance to be a little bit more situational aware and not just focusing on one target. So pick up the Mustang 1A. He's flying away from me. I got two planes coming behind me. Turn around, find the Yak 9. Ooh, put a nice burst into him. Pull around, find me a Spitfire on the way back down. Oh yeah, we got the objective now, and I'm going to see if I can finish off the Spitfire. He goes in the vertical, and ooh, almost. Come on, buddy, come on. Before I, nope, didn't quite get it. Fortunately, somebody finished off Brock for me. So turn back around here. We got the ME 410. He is currently chasing the Spitfire. He gets finished off, and now we hold the center objective. And here they come. The bots are coming to me. Like I said, nice little defense fighter. It does well in this kind of gameplay. And, obviously with the two games I'm showing you, these are the maps that this thing really plays well at, where you don't have to fly around a lot, and you're able to just sit and lay down massive amounts of firepower. Pull back down on the JU-88P. Sebastian's coming through here, and start working him with the 37. Um, as a defense fighter, it works excellent because GAs really don't have much chance with this thing because of its sheer amount of firepower that it puts out. Pull back up here. We got Brock going overhead. See if we can get a couple shells into Brock as I flip over. Come on, where are you going, buddy? Yeah. Get 137 into him. Take off a bunch of his health. Lets me finish him off quickly. And I'm able to turn and get ready for the next target here. You see me, like I said, there's a perfect example of that 37 that can reach out just a little bit further than your machine gun shells, and lets you do stuff like that. So, pick up the Yak 9. He's coming down toward me. Oh, lovely. ME410, he's pulling around. What's he up to here? This is not some fighter that you really want to fuck with too much. ME410, especially when you show me your wings like that. It doesn't take long to rip through targets. Pull back up, got the Mustang 1, and finish him off. And this is just a turkey shoot with this aircraft, where I got fighters that can cover me, and I'm able to finish off targets quickly and efficiently with these 4 machine guns and the 137. Pull back down here on Sebastian, pull in behind him, and just start shredding him. 37s are hitting. The 4 machine guns are too. Pull back around. Not going to deal with him because I got incoming fighters. Pick up the KI-61, who is actually a pretty good threat for me. Let's see if I can keep on his tail. Hippie 8. He's going the other direction. That's all right. We'll finish him off before he gets far enough away that I can't do anything about it. Pick up the Russian. Oh, there we go. Yak 9. Come on, baby. There you go. Fly straight for me. With these pray and spray machine guns, he can twist and turn all he wants because you're just laying down a huge pile of lead for him. Pick up the 210 coming through. What are you going to do? He's just outside my range. There we go. Now I can get a little closer here and hopefully pick up the kill. Anytime you can close the distance, you get 1,000 meters, 1,000 feet, it works out. And 500 meters is usually about as far as you really want to be to start being effective with that machine gun. So they have the center objective. I can't let them have that. Pull back in and start cleaning out defense spots. They've kind of left. They've just left the defense spots here. So pull back down, put a big burst into the boomerang. When that 37 does hit, especially in head-to-heads, it just racks. Pull back around here. Got 2 more fighters to take care of, and we'll take the objective back. Oh, where are you going, buddy? Where are you going? There we go. Doesn't quite have the turn ability some of these fighters, but like I said, once again, it doesn't really matter with the sheer amount of lead. As long as you can catch them going away or not paying attention, you can finish them off pretty quickly. Still up 3 objectives to 2, and we've pretty much got this center objective. Got a lot of planes here, and I'm starting to get hungry for some more HP and some more combat points. Pick up the 2 Ju-88s coming in here. Yeah, let's see if we can pick up these guys quickly. We're sitting, like I said, not too bad with combat points, so I'm not terribly concerned to go deal with all those red players. Pull in on these guys, see if we can catch them outside of the objective, which will help quite a bit. Slowly but surely, Sebastian. Yeah. Pull back over on the other Ju-88. And, I thought that one was going to be a little bit further ahead, but that's alright. We'll just do a little bit of swinging and swanging back and forth until we get it. Pick up the bomber. And we got one more. Eric is being kind of a pain in the ass here. Puts out my engine. It's alright, we'll get him. Pick up the wing legend. And, yeah, here we go. We got the Mustang 1A up high. Probably not going to be able to deal with him. That's well beyond my effective altitude performance of this aircraft. P-51A is still looking around here, and I'm kind of looking for anything that's coming close to me, and that's when I pick up the P-51A going through. Oh, those machine guns are nasty. Pick up a few more. There we go. Oh, so close. Finish him off. Got the incoming Spitfire 5, and I got a fighter off to my currently turning right toward me, but that's alright. Let's finish off the Spitfire. He's the bigger threat right now. He doesn't seem to be paying a whole lot of attention to me. Goes in the vertical, and I finish him off. Back around, and like I said, this airplane is very, very strong at Tier 6. You really can't beat it when it comes to light fighter firepower. I mean, of course, the heavy fighters and some of the multi-rolls probably have a little bit of armament, but not much. But when it comes to light fighter and add in maneuverability, and you get this thing, and it prints credits, it prints awards, it prints medals. It just does a little bit of everything. Picked up the 4th objective, and now we just have one objective to go. So I'm going to fly on over here and see if I can pick up a few more targets. They flipped another objective back. That's alright, they don't have many planes left. Because I've shot them all down. Pick up the boomerang. Let's see if we can finish you off quick here before time runs out. We're almost got this one. We're up at the 17,335 combat points. And we just turned the last objective. It's 4-1. Yeah, that was a quick game. Hippie 8 had a nice game. Yeah, just a little too late. A little too little for this aircraft. So, pick up the 18,335 combat points and a fighter number 1 and a bunch of medals. So, love this aircraft. Don't got it. Go buy it. It's well worth the cash. So, you guys have a good day, and thanks for watching. Alright guys, back with our first game in the P-39 N-1. And it's a center objective map. Oh, this plane loves center objective maps. And that's in fact the 2 videos that I'm going to be showing you are center objective maps, this same map. This plane looks it looks good in white. Yeah, 1,500 meters or so. Obviously you can go higher than that, but it really performs best at below 1,500 meters here. Pull down here on the P-40, and let's see if we can get some shells on him. Fighting with this other aircraft here to see what we can do. Pick up the first kill, looking around for the P-40, and we find him flying off to the side here. I got a couple heavy fighters coming currently toward me, but we're going to try to get in on this guy before they get here. Pull back around on him. Like I said, even if you don't get 37 to hit, you still got 6 machine guns. And that's what this thing really does well. Yeah, it just pours out an impressive amount of lead at whatever hell it's shooting at. So, back to center we go. And it looks like there's a few here in the center airfields, and we're going to pick them up. And this is the bread and butter. This thing works really well at these little point defenses where you can sit and not have to move around a whole lot here. So pick up here, see if we can pick up the Focke-Wulf 190A. He's up high. Just got enough boost and energy to get up high enough to pick him off, knock him out, and then flip back around here and looking for my next target. Pick a P-40 coming through here quick, and around we go. Got another P-40. Oh, there's a low health one. Let's see if we can get some shells in on him. And like I said, when the 37 millimeter does hit, and you'll see what I'm talking about when I start nailing some of these GAs with this thing. It just does wonders. So I'll pull back around here. I'm trying to finish off the A6M about that time. At the same time, I'm also getting hunted by a human in a P-51. Pull back over. He really wants my shit for some reason. So we're going to pull back around, finish him off, and down we go. So I got the Meteor 1. He'd be a nice target to take off. P-51 goes by me. I'm like, I think I'll just ignore you for now. Let's see if I can pick up the Meteor at range. Doesn't quite get him, and pull back around here. I got the Focke-Wulf is back here again. Yeah, let's see here. Get a few rounds into him, knock him out, and I got the P-51 on my tail again. He gets my rear, actually not my rear, gets my wing. and pull back around. I got the 210 on a human, or on my wingman, bot wingman, I should say, maybe. So I'm going to see if I can get him cleared out here. So pull back around, pick up the I-210, and about that time is when the P-51A comes back in and decides to finish me off, even though he himself was getting wrecked from the rear, which is all right. It's still early in the game. Sitting at 3-2 on the objectives right now, coming back in because I love this center objective with this airplane. This thing is so handy with that massive amount of firepower. It just really works through its targets here. And I'm really hoping to find some GAs because I love GAs with this aircraft. Pull in here looking for the low health targets first. The A6M5 is always a pain. Let's see if we can drop down in here and pick him up. But instead I pick up the IL-10 leaving, and I wanted to nail him before he left and finish him off. However, he's almost out of the objective. Let's see if I can pick him up before he gets out of there. Yep, picked him up right there. That's what I'm talking about. Start flipping the objective back. This leaves me with the BF-109 coming. Let's see if we can... There we go. So much lead gets thrown out by this thing. Picked up the objective. I'm sitting not too bad. I got beat up a little bit. Got a massive hole in my wing. Go figure. Find the P-39Q coming through. Finish him off. And, of course, my friend in the P-51 who had shot me down earlier. Yeah, now I got your tail, buddy. And I'm sorry, not the P-51, the Ki-61. I think he's the one that put the hole in my wing. Whatever. I'll get to him. There he is. P-51A. He's running. He doesn't. I don't think he sees that I'm behind him. Flips up, brings himself right into me. Perfect angling for me with all these machine guns and the 37. Just, yeah. You're not going to get 37 is nice, don't get me wrong, but you're going to rely far more on your machine guns, the 250s and the 4 7.62s for most of your kills and damage. 37 is nice when it does hit, but once again it shoots off just a little bit different than the machine guns. So yeah, you can hope for it, and it heats up rather quickly. So I oftentimes, like I said, I rely mostly on my machine guns to do most of the damage. Pick up the A6 M5 coming through. See if I can finish him off. Nope, just a lot of turning and burning. Yeah, there you go, buddy. Where'd you go? So now he's got distracted. He's going to get wrecked. Oh yeah, finished him off, and now we got the BF-109F. He is way down low. He's getting trailed. I'm really not interested in that. I was just realized that the IL-2 decided that he was going to knock out the repair on this airfield, so shit for me. That's all right. It's all right. We're still sit 5135. Pull back up here. I got the I-210 up high, and I might just have enough boost and speed to get a couple shots into him, especially if he decides to turn. And just like he's doing right now, you see me shooting from quite a ways out. The 37mm does carry somewhat far, so a lot of times you can get lucky with a long distance shot with the 37, but most of the time everything that's got to be under 500 meters with all these cannons. Pick up the Meteor 1. Drake is flying his way through here, and I got the GA coming in. I mean, I could chase. I mean, obviously you're not want to be chasing heavy fighters and bombers at this thing if you don't have to. Yeah, I was having a little issue with my computer at this time. However, IL-2s and GAs, oh, the 37. Just watch it take the numbers off these high HP targets like these GAs. You know, and some planes are built to be, heavy fighter hunters. This plane is built for GAs. Flip up and over, pick him up. And, of course, about that time, like I said, I was having some issues with my computer. Every once in a while, I would get kind of wonky. I'm not sure if it was a ping or a, just a lag spike or something. All of a sudden, I would lose control. And it is what it is. Pick up the Ki-61. He's always a threat. Yeah, that was the 37 hit there. Tasty. Pull back around. P-39Q is coming in, and I got a plane coming in from behind me. What do we got here? We got the I-210. Yep, there he is. So let's see what he's going to do here. I'm going to wait for him to see if he turns. Yep, he turns, turning back to me. It's all right. This plane likes head-ons. A lot of times you do get a head-on with another aircraft. I don't know if they forget that it has a 37, because all of a sudden you'll see half of their HP come off, and life is not good. So now it's just a matter of picking up. We're up a ways. Pick up the P-51A coming through again. I would really like him knocked out. He's always a threat. Slowly but surely, spin around on him. He does not have the maneuverability compared to this thing. Finish him off. Pull back around here. We got the A6M5 coming in. He's flying away. He stalls out a little bit. That's all right, buddy. I have plenty of ammunition for you too. Get in behind him, and my engine gets knocked out somehow. Go figure. Pull back around. Finish him off, get my grade 1 fighter on this aircraft. And I'll be honest with you, if you want a plane that just makes medals, and this thing does it, you're going to rack up insane amounts of combat scores and medals and tokens and all that stuff. This is what it does, right? If you get into positions like what I'm in right now with this aircraft, that's all it does. It wrecks everything it runs into. Of course, unless you single it out and have a little bit better maneuverability than it does, this thing, it just eats people. It eats planes. It eats bots. Whatever gets in front of that guns, it just destroys. So, first game up, and I got one more for you guys.